What's up, everyone? It's your boy, it's Jonathan 5A, and today I'm going to be giving you my honest thoughts on Spider-Man 2. I played the game, played through it, 100%ed it. Not platinum trophy, but just 100% the game. That's because that's all trophy stuff. But played Spider-Man 2, 100%ed it, and I'm here to give my honest thoughts on it. Now, remember, this is my opinion. If you have a different opinion, that is fine, and I respect your opinion. Again, it's an opinion. So this is just me giving my opinion. Don't take it personally. All right? So here we go. I'm giving my honest thoughts on Spider-Man 2. I hope you all enjoy. Here we go. And this is going to have spoilers in it. So if you haven't played the game yet, you don't want to spoil, don't watch this video. Here we go. My first problem with Spider-Man 2 is obviously the Mary Jane missions. Nobody liked them back in 2018, so we didn't want them in the next game. Obviously, a lot of people didn't want them. And they thought, you know what? Let's put him in the game and give her a taser. It will make it much better. It doesn't make it much better. It just slows down the pace of the game to a screeching halt, and it makes the game boring. I don't want to play as Mary Jane in a Spider-Man game. I want to play as Spider-Man. I don't want to go from fast octane action, swinging around, beating up bad guys, to playing as Mary Jane with a taser. That is boring. That is very boring. Okay? Nobody wants to do that. Maybe there is someone that does, but I never looked at a Spider-Man game and thought, oh my God, you know what I want to do? I want to play as Mary Jane. I never said that. I don't think a lot of people have ever said that. So there's that. And number two is the walking. There is way too much walking around in this game story-wise. Way too much walking around, okay? You have to walk for like 20 minutes in some missions, 15 minutes, 18 minutes. And it just takes way too long and drags out way too long. It's like y'all couldn't have done this through a cutscene or maybe have me walk for like a couple minutes. Why does it have to be like 15, 20 minutes of walking? And then when you were going to Emily May Foundation, you had to do these stupid ass experiments for these scientists. It's like, why am I doing a job and why am I doing this shit in a Spider-Man game? I don't care. This is boring as hell. I don't want to do this in a Spider-Man game. I don't want to walk around doing people's jobs. Like actual jobs. Like, come on, bruh. No, I don't want to do that. All right? Again, it's like I don't mind the Peter Parker stuff, but it's like I don't mind them having Peter Parker in the story. That's what they want to do. But just make the scenes with Peter Parker shorter. Do them in cutscenes or make it much shorter. Like I'm talking 5 minutes max. 7 minutes max, shorter scenes with him. If you're going to do that. To where it's not going to be a big 20-minute walk. A big 20 minutes of me doing something as Peter Parker. Like, you know what I mean? Like, make it shorter. Third thing I got to talk about is Miles Morales has no reason to be in this story other than to aid Spider-Man, Peter Parker Spider-Man, on his story. Miles Morales has no connection to any of the villains in this story. Zero connection to really anyone in this story, really any of the villains. He has zero connection to any of the villains in this story. Zero. The man has no motivation to even be here. Outside of Mr. Negative, in the beginning, outside of that, he has no reason to even be in the story. He has no placement in it. They didn't write anything for him to do. The whole story revolves around Peter Parker. There's nothing in this story that revolves around Miles. Nothing. Literally nothing. They have to force him in the story in the most laziest ways just to make him feel like he was needed here. They could have done this whole story without him and it still would have made sense. That's how little from an actual story perspective they gave him in this story. Or he actually mattered to the story. That's how little in a story perspective he mattered and actually how little he actually had to do in the story. Like from a gameplay perspective, yeah, they had him in the story, no doubt. From a gameplay perspective, they did. But from a storyline perspective, he really had nothing to do with the main story. He had no connection to it whatsoever. Zero. They definitely should have worked on that, gave him something more to do, put some type of connection in there for him. Made him more. They should have made him more invested in the story. Like they should have did something to him or had some type of way that would make him more invested in the story and make him have a reason to actually be there and stick around there, other than aiding Spider-Man on his story and his journey. You know what I mean? Like bro's just running errands basically for him, low key. Uh, Also the symbiote stuff. I mean, I like the way they portrayed the symbiote with the attitude and how it was affecting Peter, like mentally. I did like that. The thing I didn't like was how they portrayed it on him, how they got it to be on him, and how he took it off. I didn't like that they made Peter get the symbiote because he had no choice. It was either that or death. It's basically what happened. He got stabbed by Craven and he was dying, and actually I think he did die at one point, and he had to put on the symbiote to revive himself. At that point, anything he does is really not his fault. Like he's a victim at that point. Like you're not gonna look at him and be like, oh my God, this guy's such an asshole right now. Like, man, he shouldn't be doing these actions are despicable. You're gonna be like, he didn't have a choice in this. Like he's a victim. You know what I mean? Like it's not like he chose to put on the symbiote or he got it when he was healthy and didn't need it. And it was just choosing to keep it for its power alone. It's not like that. You know? The dude literally had to have it on him because he had a knife wound and he was dying from the knife wound. So he had no choice. So it just takes away any of the impact of his actions negatively because it's like, oh, he's just a victim. He had no choice but to put it on or he's going to die. You know? And then at the end, having Miles beat Peter Parker in the black suit, I think was a dumb decision. I think it would have been better if they had Peter Parker in the black suit beat up Miles so bad he came to a self-realization that he was like, damn, this black suit is really affecting me mentally. I need to take it off. Because that would have made that moment where he takes off the black suit way more powerful, way more impactful. That's what they should have done. 100%. But I did like the combat in the game. That was fun because it's the same combat as the first one. I didn't like the parry system. I think if they should have done a parry system, they should have picked a different button than L1. Maybe like hold circle or circle X, or just get rid of it, or just have circle do everything to dodge, or just have circle do every dodge or every block. I think that would have been better. But but the combat was good. Web swinging was fun. The web wings was fun. That was a great addition. So overall, I got to give this game a 6 point. I'm gonna give it a 6.7 out of 10. It did some things. It did some things right, but it also did a lot really wrong. Definitely, they need to improve on the third one here. This game is, honestly, in my opinion, massively overrated. It is a decent to mid game at best. One you play one time, and then you just let collect dust. This game is a 6.7 out of 10, in my opinion. But that is my opinion. You guys enjoyed the game. I'm happy for you. I did enjoy the game when I wasn't playing the story. So there is that. But if I'm rating the game at whole, 6.7 out of 10. They need to improve in the next game. They need to do better. Thank y'all for watching. Peace.